Students, welcome back to the class. As we have completed unit 2, in that there is the grammar part. I told you for every lesson I am going to describe the grammar. I don't expect that you are going to avoid this. Right? It is very important to concentrate equally like your text part, equivalently the grammar. And in your unit 2, you have the very important and a very unique grammar topic, that is phrase and class. Phrase, class. Let me clarify one thing to you first before I begin. A group of words which gives a complete meaning. A group of words which gives a complete meaning is called a sentence. A group of words which gives a complete meaning is called a sentence. Then what is phrase? What is class? What is phrase? What is class? A group of words which gives a meaning but not complete meaning. Phrase, it will give a meaning. It will give a meaning, but it won't give a complete meaning. Now you see here, he sat in a corner. Read the sentence. It's giving a complete meaning now. It's giving a complete meaning to you. So it is a sentence. I wrote this. In a corner. Is it giving a complete meaning? Is it giving a complete meaning? No. So this is called phrase. A group of words which gives a complete meaning is called a sentence. A group of words which gives a meaning but not complete meaning. So sentence gives a complete meaning, but whereas phrase doesn't give a complete meaning. Sentence gives us a complete meaning, but whereas phrase it does not give us a complete meaning. Okay? Understood? Phrase is a part of a sentence, but it is not a sentence. Phrase is a part of a sentence, but it is not a sentence. Let me clarify. First of all, sentence. What is a sentence? Sentence means it gives a complete meaning to us. It gives a complete meaning to us. But whereas phrase, it is also a group of words. It is also a group of words, but it doesn't give a complete meaning. It doesn't give a complete meaning. Whereas you are finding with sentence, that's the difference between phrase and sentence. Phrase will be a part in the sentence, but it is not a sentence. And sentence gives us a complete meaning, whereas the phrase, it does not give us a complete meaning. Phrase is a part of a sentence, but it is not a sentence. Now I told you this example. See here. He came to read. He came to read. It's giving a complete meaning. He came to read. It is a sentence. See here. Sentence, subject is there, verb is there. So it is a sentence. Now here, simply I will tell to read. To read. Is it giving a meaning? So this is called phrase. Phrase, it does not give us a complete meaning. See, if you will add in this, then it will become a sentence. Understood? Sentence and phrase difference. Sentence is a group of words which gives a complete meaning. But whereas a phrase, it does not give us a complete meaning. It will be a part of a sentence, but it is not a sentence. Phrase is a part of a sentence, but phrase is not a sentence. Understood? This is what the difference. Then what is the difference to phrase and class? Phrase, a group of words which gives a meaning but not complete meaning is called a phrase. See now here I said, in a corner, to read, played well, came yesterday. Because they are the parts of the sentence. They are the parts of the sentences. If we add them, then it will be a sentence. Now you see here, what is class? Class, a group of words which gives a complete meaning, But how to identify a class? Class always followed by a conjunction and it will be followed by comma. It is whenever class is there, class means it will have a subject and predicate. Class will be like a sentence. Class also will be like a sentence. It is also a part of sentence. Don't get confused, students. I am not confusing you. Class is also a part of sentence. But what is the difference to phrase and class? phrase will not give a complete meaning, but whereas class will give us a complete meaning. Class will give us a complete meaning. Understood? Subject, it will have a subject and predicate. It will have a subject and predicate. Now you see here. I missed the bus. As I came late, I missed the bus. Actually, we have two classes here. We have two classes. Class dependent and independent. Dependent class, independent class. Dependent class means what? It will always depend on the main class. It will always depend on the main class. Main class and subordinate class. We will call them as main class and subordinate class. Okay? Dependent and independent I told you. We will call them as main class and subordinate class. Main class means it will not, it will give a complete meaning and it will not depend on the other sentence. Now you see here, as I came late, if I don't write this, is there any meaning for this? If I don't write this, I don't write, here only I will stop. Then it will become a complete sentence? No, because this is depending on this. If it is not there, there will be no meaning for this. So, this is what? Subordinate class. And this is main class. Understood? So, this class is depending on this. Because if I did not write that, there will be no meaning to this. There will be no meaning to this. So, this sentence is depending on this. So, this is main class and this is subordinate. Understood? Because you see here, I missed the bus. I came late. See, there is no end to this. There is no end to this. See, if I don't write this, there will be no meaning for this. So that is why this is subordinate and this is main. Understood? Class, it gives a complete meaning, whereas a phrase, it does not give a complete meaning. And also, always subordinate class followed by comma. Subordinate class, it followed by comma. Okay? And if there is no main class, there will be no meaning to the subordinate class. Dependent class and independent class. Okay? Understood, students? Just now you see here, if you had gone to the page number 32 and 33, you have a very important topic using the words of as, when, since, as soon as. Why phrases and classes? Because here you have the importance of it. You have the importance of it. Very important one. This importance is there. Using of as, when, since, as soon as. Okay? Means I told you already, combination of the sentences. Combining the sentences. You have a grammar topic. In your exams, you have a grammar topic of this. So, how do classes? Class is a combination of subject and predicate. Okay? We have two classes. Dependent, independent, main, subordinate. Same names only, I had defined them in the other way. Main class, it will not depend on the subordinate class. Subordinate class will depend on the main class. Means what? If there is no main class, there will be no meaning to subordinate class. How to identify subordinate? Subordinate always it will be followed by a comma, students. Subordinate always it will be followed by comma. Now you see here, if you have got to know that, if you got understood one thing first, I told you how two classes will be added. Now how to use as I will tell you now. Use of as. When how to use as with two classes, subordinate and main. How to identify subordinate main also I will tell you now. Now, see here. I worked hard, but I got. I worked hard, but I got less marks. Now these two sentences are there. There are two classes, we can define them as. See here, I worked hard, I got less marks. This is what? Another conjunction. Now these two I should add with as. I am going to add these two classes as. Okay, can you guess what is subordinate, what is main? I told you, subordinate always depends on the main class. If there is no main class, there will be no meaning to subordinate class. There will be no meaning to subordinate. I worked hard. You see here, I worked hard. I got less marks. See, this class is depending on this. This class is depending on this. Now, in this reason and result, find out the reason and result. This is subordinate class. This is main class. You understood? This is subordinate class. This is main class. But in this, which one is reason? Which one is result? I got worked hard. This is reason. This is result. So, whenever you are writing, whenever you are adding these two sentences with as, you are adding these two sentences with as. So, this will be dropped. This will be dropped. Two conjunctions should not be used. So, as I worked hard, comma, I got less marks. Okay? As is added for the reason. As will be added to the reason. As should be added to the reason. And in that, when you are adding the two sentences with as, if there are any conjunctions before that, then you must drop them. Okay? You must drop them. I missed the bus because it rained heavily. I missed the bus because it rained heavily. Now, in this, which is subordinate, which is main, can you guess? I missed the bus. This is result. It rained heavily. This is reason. I told you. As to what we should add? As where you should add? To the reason you should add. So, how you should write? As it rained heavily, comma, this will be dropped. I missed the bus. Or else you can write like this also. I missed the bus as it rained heavily. So, here when you should use as, to which class you should add as, what is subordinate, what is main, I told you, class. Class is the combination of a subject and predicate. We have two classes, main class, subordinate class. Main class is an independent class. It does not depend on any other class. But subordinate class depends on this main class. Subordinate class depends on the main class. Understood? And when you should use as is used for the reason. As is used for the reason. We have 2 points. One is result and the other is reason. Then as is used for the reason and the other will be the result. And when you are adding as two sentences, when you are adding two sentences with as, in that is there any other conjunction like or, because, but, and, you should drop that. You should drop that and you should use the instead of that comma. Okay? This is use of as. Next, use of since. Since also the same. Since also the same. It is also indicates to say the reason. It is also indicates the reason. Right? Let's see here example. So he got fever. He didn't eat food, so he got fever. In this is one class and this is the other class. Right? And in that already one conjunction is there. So, in this which one is result? This is reason, this is result. Why this is reason? Because he didn't eat. That's why he got fever. This is result. Did not eat, no? The result is he got fever. And since also is used before reason. Since he didn't eat food, comma, he got fever. That's all. As, since, both will be used in the same way. Both will be used in the same way. Understood? Now next, when. Use of when. See, if you open here, if you open page number 33, you have this. Actually, we will call them adverbial classes. Adverbial classes we call them. We call them adverbial classes. Same, when also the same. When also is used before the reason. As, since, when. These three are used before the reason. Then as soon as. Let's shall we see an example with when? He came and I left. He came and I left. So, earlier action, later action. Earlier action means the action which was finished first. Later action, the action which was continued the first action is later action. When is used for before the first action? When he came, I left. See, this is what. Then same as soon as. As soon as also the same. Earlier action, later action. Earlier action means the action which has finished first. Later action which was continued the first action is later action. Okay, now you see here. I reached the station. The train moved. What is the first action? I reached the station. The train moved. I reached the station. The train moved. What is the earlier action? What is an earlier action? This is an earlier action. After when he reached the train moved, this is the later action. Then to the earlier action you should use as soon as. As soon as I reached the station, comma, the train moved. So simple one. When you start two sentences, the first sentence, the first action which was finished, before that you should add as soon as. And remember students, as, when, since, as soon as. Four he gave now in your textbook. As, since, as soon as, when. When and as soon as we will use them before the earlier action. But before that, any conjunctions are there, you should remove them. Like and, but, because, so. Like the in question if they have been mentioned, you should remove them. Understood? Do you understand what is phrase, what is class, what is subordinate, what is main, and how you should use since? As, since, when we will use as, since, before the reason we will use. As, since, we will use that before the reason. As soon as when we will use that before that earlier action. Before the earlier action we will use as soon as. Okay, here we had come to the end of it. Now, what is your homework, In page number 33, you have an exercise with this. See here, adverbial classes you have, and bracket he had mentioned what you should write also. Okay, you should complete that exercise. Complete the exercise in page number 33 textbook. Complete the bit in page number 33 in textbook. This is your homework related to grammar. Here with us we have come to the end of our session of unit 2 completely students. Okay, we'll meet in our next class with the third unit with the introduction. Thank you. See you again.